Hi guys, this is a video on how I think the tarot cards work, and that's because I get asked that question a lot. And first of all, I don't exactly know how they work. As far as I'm aware, there's no real evidence or studies been done specifically on the tarot or any of the esoteric divinatory methods out there. But obviously it's something that, I've read the cards for a lot of years, and it's certainly something I've thought about, and so many people ask me. It is something I thought I'd try and let you know how I think they work. I mean, in a way it's a bit like, I know they do work, like I know my television works, but I'm not really exactly sure how my television works. But people don't ask me to explain how my television works. They just accept it works. So on one level, that's absolutely fine. And I kind of go with that. But I have given it some thought. And I think any of these methods, when you think about it, it kind of has to be energy. These are just cards. They're just printed out. They haven't really got any magical properties as such. So it has to be the energy of the picture, the energy that we have within ourselves, and I think our connection to our higher selves. So it's like if you asked the universe for a sign, if you prayed for a sign, if you did any spell work, if you meditated and you're asking the universe for a sign. Now, quite often the universe tries to speak to us, or our higher selves are trying to talk to us, but it's quite difficult to decipher those messages. A feather might appear in your path, or something happens and you think, okay, a little coincidence, some synchronicity, but it's still quite difficult to know exactly what that is telling us. Sometimes it's clear, but mostly it's quite difficult, and it's easy to dismiss as well because coincidence happen anyway, etc, etc. So with the tarot cards or any specific divinatory method, you are asking the universe, right, okay, this is how I want you to talk to me in these cards. And within these cards there are every aspect that there could be in life, and I'm going to ask you a question, and that can be to the universe or your higher self, or whatever your belief system is, but that somehow you're kind of picking up on that part of ourselves that is connected to the universal energy, and the universal energy is everywhere, which connects everything. So you, as a person asking for the reading, is saying, right, higher self, universal energy, talk to me through this reader, through these cards. And then, the reader will pick some cards. Now, how that is a reader, quite often they'll center themselves and try and get connected to their higher self or their guides or the universal energy. And then they'll get some cards through. And there's two levels of reading, I suppose. You've got the basic readings that most people go by. I mean, you can't get away from them. You've got financial failure. If you're going to ask a question about, is this business going to work or not? Not on the first round. Not immediately. It's not going to be, you want to rethink. That's a warning card about that. Rethink, relook at your business plan and make sure this is really going to work. That is the universe talking to you about whether or not you should go ahead with your business. Is this person interested in me? And you get the lust card up, or the strength card. This person is pretty passionate about you. They can see that you have, they can see your strengths. They're quite into you. That's quite a good card to get for that. Is my divorce going to go well? Queen of Discs, well, you probably will come out of it pretty in a stable position. The Queen of Discs is someone who's got financial security and good home base and quite powerful. So that would be good. So there's everything, all of life is sort of held in these cards in one way or another. And there's some quite basic meanings attached to each card. So you don't need to be that expert to get quite a good standard reading from them. But you do need to be open to it. So you can block it. If you're going to go into a reading and think, oh, it's a load of rubbish, I'm a complete skeptic, it's not going to work, then you're not connecting to your higher self. You're not connecting to the universal energy. You're not connecting to the reader's higher self. You're not connected to their guides. You're not connected. Now, it doesn't matter if we are face to face or on the telephone or online or I send you a video. If the universe wants to give you a message and you want to receive that message, however that comes through, it will be right. There's no impossibilities with energy. It's just all around us all the time. On the same way, it doesn't make any distance if I make a phone call to you. Distance does not make a difference. It's still my voice and my message is still getting through to you. Distance does not matter, and universal energy works in the same way. So distance doesn't matter, but I think openness does. I think you can block things, and I think sometimes when you don't connect to a reader, that's what's happening. Either they're blocking you or you're blocking them, and you just don't have that connection and things aren't resonating. Sometimes it just doesn't work between two energies. It's finding the right energy for you, but it's all about energy. And if you're asking your higher self to communicate with you via tarots, then they pretty much do. I've read them for a long, long time, and it's not always entirely clear. I mean, certainly like things around the tower where it's clear that it's something out of the blue, it would be unrealistic for the tarots to tell you exactly how that's going to pan out, because the point of it is that it's something out of the blue. So I've had lots of towers and not been able to anticipate exactly where they are. I might have some indication that it'd be around a particular person or work or house or something, but nothing really, really specific, because that's just the nature of the card. And the universe will not give you a message that you're not ready to hear. And the universe won't tell you what you don't need to know. It generally tells you what you need to know at the time you need to know it, at the time you've asked for it. And if you take it with that kind of thing in mind, it's pretty accurate. I mean, I've never found them to be completely wrong. I might have misread them a bit, mostly being optimistic, because obviously we want the best outcome for ourselves and people. You don't want to be pessimistic, so you think, okay, it could work out well, this could be like blah blah blah. So you want to overlay a positive aspect on something, and quite often things that are difficult, they've mostly got a positive outcome. So the tarot cards themselves give us this positive long-term outcome, because normally things are for our higher good. So that's how I think they work. I hope that helps answer your question, if that is your question. It's not very scientific. I'd love science to catch up with us and do a fantastic study and work out what the actual universal energy is, and how we can really nail talking to our higher selves and sort it all out once and for all. But I don't think there's an awful lot of financing for that, so I think we'll be waiting for a while. But as it stands at the moment, I think take it as it is, and if it resonates with you, then it should work for you. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.